Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you may be. All right, Star Citizen stuff. Um, so this week, well, it's supposed to be like this week, next week, but from all indications, it seems like this week. Well, no, because of what Jared Hugby said before, this week, we're supposed to be getting the whole B, the next MISC transport cargo vessel. And I'm thinking because of the sneak peek, we might be getting the UTV as well. So there's a behind the scenes, behind the ship for the whole B, as I have a whole C. My brother used to have a whole A, the smaller version, and then I believe he got the C as well. There's a behind the ships that came out, and which would normally be also have a commercial maybe as well. But based on some things I saw in my Discord, and it is April Fool's. I believe this is going to be a kind of joke behind the scenes, and then the actual behind the ship, then the actual behind the ship will be coming out like today's Wednesday, yeah, tomorrow. But let's go ahead and take a look. So I could be wrong; it could be the real thing, but I think it might be an April Fool's thing. So let's see.
The Hull C is our premium heavy freighter. It's designed for those players who are really into cargo and they want to just sort of carry massive amounts of freight.
True.
That big risk-reward, profit margin gameplay that you get with cargo.
It's just like Jack Burton says, it's all in the reflexes.
Sure, that has nothing to do with this. The Hull A is then the bottom of the whole series, designed for carrying still a large amount of cargo for its actual overall size, but it doesn't quite have the capacity to take the biggest containers, so you're introducing yourself to hauling missions. If you're familiar with the alphabet, you have the A, the C, and that leads us nicely to the Hull B.
So one of the main issues with the original Hull B concept was it had the cargo kind of in this kind of cross-shaped layout, which stopped it from landing, and that was kind of one of the key features that we wanted to push with the Hull B.
So we went back to the drawing board, looked at all different configurations, and ultimately we settled on a sort of diagonal grid arrangement. So we're pleased to announce the Hull B.
B as in like bubble.
So when we were designing the Hull B, like most other ships, we looked to the real world for inspiration, and I think the actual B itself was a pretty compelling argument. They can carry a huge amount of cargo on their backs.
What we decided to do is really extend the cargo grids out. They make them super accessible for the players. Not overly complicated at all with the whole cargo grid rotating.
My favourite thing about the Hull B is its little antennas. Don't know what they do, they're just cool things. The wings work surprisingly well with physics, and they actually give a little bit of uplift as well, just from the sheer forces involved from moving them around. Unfortunately, it does come at a little bit of cost over the network, so hopefully people won't bring too many of these together in the same area.
We were so excited by the success that we felt we had with the Hull B that we decided to really challenge the team and kind of see what else they could come up with using the whole series.
So the next one we looked at was the Hull G, which stands for whole ground. We went back and revisited an old, unused Caterpillar concept as the basis. The biggest problem with cargo today is just how quickly you can get from A to B. We really wanted to slow that process down so let players savor every moment of it.
One thing we kind of slightly overlooked with the concept is we just kind of forgot to include the cargo grids. So, if you do need to move cargo, you can just tow it behind.
And that's what's important. Player agency.
Why does it have guns on it?
Let's just move on.
A lot of our ships in Star Citizen, they're kind of a little bit underweight.
So I've been with the company now for just over 11 years, and my mission this entire time has been to introduce a ship to the game that truly punches above its weight class. I think finally, with the introduction of the Hull M
for military,
I've succeeded in that.
Okay. What is this? Oh, come on.
It has the railgun from the Idris chin mounted, of course, and then it has also 2 beam weapons from the Idris on its flanks, and then numerous other heavy weapons scattered throughout the ship. Of course, being a whole series, it has to expand.
We went to design, we said to him, we want some bomb racks and some missile racks, and we said, how many do you want? And the answer was just, yes.
It expands its arsenal by deploying even more bombs, missiles, torpedoes from the spindles itself. At the expense of cargo, because who needs cargo when you've got all these guns?
So how do you power all this?
Well, it turns out all that talk about engineering and careful power management, we can just do whatever we want, so it's fine. And the biggest weapon of all is the file size for the actual weapons in the Dataforge binaries. If you try and data mine them, it's just going to crash and show you Jared's face.
Play the game, nerds.
Next up is the Hull O, which stands for 404, and is a collaboration with Origin on their 404 project. You can't see it. Because it's invisible. The Hull P, which is simply an excuse to bring back Port Olisar.
Next up, we want to see if we can make a ship with no designer at all. And this brings us to the Hull X.
Which is extra long.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think this ship is going to have a real problem turning, if I'm honest.
It just keeps going.
We definitely forgot about retros,
Everyone's favourite Banu.
and definitely maybe should have added more maps.
So it's a caterpillar with an extremely long
there's
spindle.
more.
Oh, it's back, so we get to watch it again.
Do we mention it's really long?
It is very long. It's got a lot of cargo.
Okay.
How many more of these have we got?
Just like 2. Is the joke tired yet?
I think a few ago. And you should know I've not actually seen any of these beforehand. So this is the Hull WTF.
See, it uses Xi'an technology.
MISC do collaborate with Jian.
Yeah, so it like transforms. See?
It's a nice Reliant throwback in there as well.
And see, and this is why you needed to transform.
Yeah. Emergent gameplay.
For this highly probable situation.
Okay, I think that's it. I think the joke is well and truly over now, Gareth. I'm done.
Wow.
We still have one more. See, it's Z.
Zed.
Zed? Z for
Zed.
no. Z for zombies. Not Zedbees. Zombies.
No, we're not doing this. This is quite possibly the dumbest thing Jared's asked me to do so far. But yeah, Hull B coming next week. Cheers.
Till next week. So.
Hey, you marketing artists, stop being silly and finish the game. I can't believe this fake episode is longer than a real one.
So come back and meet the real Hull B next week. Sorry for wasting your time. Not really.
Oh, goodness. Wow. CIG are a bunch of fools. I mean, I have to give it to them. I mean, that was so stupid. stupid, so silly. But the fact that they took the time to actually do it, I guess that says something for their sense of humor. That being said, I am interested to see the whole B when it comes out. See, actually, I'm trying to remember. See, is there actual? I'm guessing there's concept art for it. Hold on. Du. Ships. Yeah, okay, yeah, there was the concept art looking at it. Um, so, yeah, like I said, just basically something to fit in between the A and C. Like, of course, the concept is still the, X or cross shaped spindles, which, like I said, unless they decide to change the design and actually make it like the X formation would be interesting. But, anyways, that is my reaction to their little April Fools thing. As always, feel free to share, subscribe. Hope you give me a like if you like my content. Those who have subscribed, thank you so much. Hit that notification button so you'll know when I drop something new. Leave a comment if you feel so inclined. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace.